Hey, Dave Williams here, and how are you doing? Yeah, for this week's Weekly Wisdom. So I hope you've had a great week since I put the last wisdom out, and I hope you're actually really prepared and looking forward to hopefully an Easter break for you. I appreciate you may well be working, but hopefully you do get to have some chill out time with, for yourself or indeed with the family. So let me ask you a question. Are you giving 100%? Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, so are you giving 100% of your effort to what you're looking to achieve? Most of you, yeah, well, like I say, yes, of course I am, yes. And you may well be. But from experience, so many people say that they're actually giving 100%, but no, they're not. Yeah, they believe that they are, but there's always reserves left in the tank. If you think about it, with all sincerity when I say this, can you honestly feel that when you look back over time with certain instances, whether that's personal or indeed professional lives, that you've got the outcome that you're looking for because you honestly gave 100%? See, most people will turn around and say, no, I felt I did at the time, but the reality was I could have given a little bit more. And it's that little bit more that is going to be the decider on whether you achieve the real outcome that you're looking for or the outcome with interest. And that's where so many people, I want to use the term let themselves down. I don't mean that in a derogatory way or anything. It's just that we could, and this applies basically to everyone as well, we could actually achieve so much more when we do really give 100%. It's a bit like, someone that isn't a pro athlete, as an example, that completes their marathon. The marathon run for the first time, and they have given everything, because as they cross the finishing line, they collapse with exhaustion because they have given everything to achieve that particular goal. And I'm not saying as far as normal life is concerned, that every time that you do something, then you're absolutely shattered through total exhaustion. I don't mean it that way. But I'm just using it as a metaphor as far as literally giving everything at that particular time. See, for so many businesses, money is left on the table, so to speak, that because they haven't gone just that extra little inch, if you will, that would have resulted in phenomenal results, potentially phenomenal growth, potentially phenomenal motivation as far as the team is concerned. But it also applies to our personal lives as well. There are so many people that mention to me that, personal life, the other half, no, it's not working at all, or anything along those lines, right? And it's not a laughing matter, don't get me wrong. But when I ask them the question, have you been given 100% to the relationship? More often than not, they turn around, no, probably about 70-75%. See, how can we expect to get the outcome that we want if we're not committing to it? And that's a big thing. As an example, I was talking to a member of the family one day last week, and you know what it's like when you're conversing with someone that, conversations tend to go off on different tangents, don't they? And that's what happened with this particular one. And they mentioned that some time ago that they'd gone through some CBT. So, oh, great, how did that go? And they turned around and said, CBT is crap. Now, I know people that have actually been to CBT and got terrific results. I also know people that have actually been to CBT and not got great results. So me being me and being a coach and everything, then you want to get to the bottom of things, don't you? So I started asking a few questions, as you do. So a case of, okay, so how committed were you to the outcome that you wanted? Oh, 100%. Okay, great start. So when you started working with this particular professional, what percentage of you did you give to that professional? I've paused there purposely because that was the initial response that I received to the question. And they turned around and said, well, about 60%, that's 60. So that's interesting. So what was the gap? What was the gap between the 60 and the 100 that you didn't give? Well, I didn't want to share everything. Interesting. So you only gave 60%, but you were looking for 100% outcome. How's that going to work? See, and the whole point of that was the fact of how much or how often are we honestly giving 100% effort into the things that we're doing. Look, we tend to do it with the stuff that we enjoy, yes. But to get the great results as well, we also need to do it with the stuff that we don't exactly enjoy all of the time. But if we want to get the results that we want, then we need to commit 100% of the time. Because when we do, first of all, we're not going to have the regrets or anything. But secondly, it's also when we know that we can honestly say with hand on heart that I gave absolutely everything to that particular task, to that particular role, to that particular relationship, then when we get the outcomes that we're looking for, then that's when we feel motivated, fulfilled. But not just for ourselves, it's because we're helping other people feel better as well. And ultimately, the secret to living is giving. But we also need to give to ourselves first. And we do that by committing to giving 100% of our time, our effort, our skill set to achieving the outcome that we're looking for. So I hope you've got some value from this particular video. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, look after yourself, stay safe out there, keep on being special, and I'll catch up with you next time. Take care now.